top up coolant warning has come up on the car. So the first thing is to try and check where the coolant leak is. The commonest places are, of course, tubes, hoses that have split, maybe the thermostat, and perhaps, worst case scenario, a head gasket that's gone. So just going to pop the hood and have a look. So this is a 2010 W204 220 CDI car, which I've had for 4 years, I think. It's now, we've done over 100,000 on it in our ownership, but it's over almost a quarter of a million miles. I've done the DPF sensors on this in the past and various other things. So the first thing is to look inside the header tank, and it's pretty empty. I can't see any leaks from it because they can crack underneath. They can crack. Seems all right and dry. All the other hoses that come off here are under pressure. The radiators at the front here. So to inspect it, we've got to take all these gubbins off, and then there's a little plastic shield that separates the fan from the water pump and jockey pulleys and alternator. So first things first, so this shield is held by a couple of bungs and then 2 prongs at the bottom. So undo the bungs first and then lift up, and it comes away. So I have a look at that. This is the water pump here. If there was any leakage from that, we'd see it. It seems very dry there, and importantly the belt underneath is dry, so I don't think it's that. You can see there's a lot of coolant at the bottom there. Here's the hose connecting the radiator to the thermostat. And the thermostat is under this thing here with the sensors, etc. So the only way is to pressurize the system, top it up, and then pressurize it again to see where it's leaking from. Once you've got to this part, you have to remove this covering, and it's held in by this hex screw bolt, and it is 12 mil. So a 12 mil bolt, hex head, and it takes it off. Take that off. This reveals this hose, which goes to the thermostat, and a few sensors. Disconnect the sensors, push them to one side and away. There's 2 from the high pressure side, a Jubilee clamp, and that's got a hex head which is at 6 mil. So you'll need a 6 mil hex head just to take that off, really. Loosen it, push it down, take it away from the nipple. On the other side is a clamped hose, and you need a special tool for that, which is this thing here. And this will take it off because it has the crimp central bit. You can sort of have it closed and then release it. Once those are done, push those out the way, and then there's almost like a C-clip ring here, which is easily undone with a pick. Pops up, take it off. Now the coolant's gone here, but you should be prepared to drain it at this point. Then there are 3 bolts that hold the thermostat to the crank, and I use this 11 female Torx to unbolt it. Then all that's left is the downpipe and the one that goes to the crank here, and then the thermostat is ready to be removed and replaced. So I've got this clamp on, and you can see the hose. This is the plastic part of the thermostat, and the hose is that blue thing, if I can zoom in. Now, very, very carefully and gently put some penetration fluid in. Spray that on there just to loosen it, let that work. Remember, it's not been loosened for, well, in this case, probably 10-15 years, and it can be brittle. So this is the old one. It's been there for a long time, you can see. And it's just a matter of reverse with this new one from eBay. And that's it. Some grease on the hose pipes allow the new one really to set in and hopefully produce a nice seal. So the new unit is in. Make sure everything is torqued up, tight. You don't want any leaks around there. Make sure you've got no spare bolts at the end. And then we're going to pressurize the system and see if it holds water. Finally top up through the header until you got a really nice amount there. And the next thing is to pressurize the system to see if it holds water, and you can leave the cap off whilst it comes to temperature in case there's some bubbles in there, and that should purge the system for you. Put the heater on maximum to get the hot air coming out the vents. It's gone down a bit, so I'm going to put more in.